こんにちは。私のチャンネルへようこそ。Crazy Koala. I worked and lived in Japan years ago, and today I'm going to share with you an insider look into its day-to-day life and culture. 今日は日本での経験の共有したいと思います。My Japanese is getting really bad. I can barely say a word. So when you think of Japan, what do you think of? The great food, the polite people, and their perfection in everything? Should I say OCD? Never mind, that's me. Okay, I know you want to eat the sushi and ramen, and I'll talk about all of this in my video. But to me, Japan is just different, and in many ways wonderfully weird. Let me tell you why. What is the most weird thing I should start with? It's probably the crazy TV game show. Japanese is known for this type of weird torturing games.
AD が入ってるやつかもしれない。
さあパリッと。どうだ。どうですか。食べてない。美味しい。
いや硬そうだよ。
This type of craziness is very normal in Japan. Japanese people don't like to do things that is half-hearted because the norm in Japan dictates that everything needs to be polished and valuable so that they don't waste other people's time. Foreigners find this really crazy because they don't understand why this happens the way it is. The fact is that Japan is full of jaded and depressed people, so the media tend to overdo things for it to be worth watching. To make it cheerful or interesting. On the other hand, American people are usually simple and don't hide their feeling. They just like to say whatever things that need to be said, or they don't really try that hard and they value individualism. Very opposite, the Japanese people usually don't like to stand out that much. They like to follow the norm in a hardcore way and follow what their ancestors did in the past and try to do everything in order not to stand out. And this explains why Japanese people don't find this weird, because this is what they need and what they have been doing, and they just find this to be very normal. And as I mentioned earlier, Japanese is very obsessed with making everything look perfect and pretty, and even the 700 yen bento box or $7 make me feel like I just bought a $50 food. Here, I want to specifically talk about one type of food called Kaiseki, which is a multi-course traditional cuisine. Kaiseki in kanji means stone. The idea came from a practice where Zen monks ward off hunger by putting warm stones near their stomachs. It indicates the frugal meal served in the style of Japanese tea ceremony. Kaiseki is a big meal that consists of 10 or more courses: appetizer, sashimi, rice dish, tofu, soup, grilled food, shabu-shabu, and more. It's made to perfection. The freshness, the cutting, the color matching, and decoration. The way to appreciate Japanese food is not just about the food quality itself, but also about the experience of dining. It was truly an amazing experience for me, and because my obsession in Kaiseki, I've also tried so many Kaiseki restaurants in other places like in Shanghai, China, in Singapore, but it's really nothing like Japan. Now it really makes me miss Japan. Next, I want to talk about my experiences wearing kimono. The flip-flop that Japanese wear with kimono is called geta. Very hard to walk with. It's wood and it's super hard. To me, what's weird is that they wear a pair of socks with the flip-flop, which I've never seen in my life. Also, the socks look weird too. You know, most of the socks are just one whole thing without partition, but because Japanese have to wear these socks into flip-flop, the socks are designed into two partitions to fit the shape. It's so hard to wear the kimono, you can't just do it by yourself. Usually there's another person doing it for you.
Okay, as you can see, and they make it very nicely. There's a butterfly, I can choose different color belt.
In addition to that, you need to have certain hairstyle to match it as well. It's just very weird for me to wear socks with flip-flop, but I love kimono. Kimono ga suki desu ne. Next, I want to talk about is toilet seat. If you've been to Japan, you know how the Japanese toilet is like. I've personally been to a lot of countries, and all the countries actually use the same type of toilet except for Japan. You just sit on the toilet seat, press the button, the bidet will shoot up water and wash you automatically. You may see some selective households have this in other Asian countries, but definitely not nearly the Japanese level. If you ever visit an apartment in Japan, you will notice their toilet is always separate from the bathroom, where they take bath. When I say separate, it's completely separate in the different rooms across the hallway. Unlike the one in the US, just within the same room but separate doors. And with the Japanese toilet, you don't have to take shower, but can just wash your butts many times a day conveniently. In addition, it saves a lot of toilet papers and environmental friendly. The toilet also got a heating function. In the winter, it can make you feel incredibly warm. Once you have experienced the Japanese toilet, it's really hard to go back to the normal toilet. I even bought one of those Japanese toilets back to the US after leaving Japan, but you know their voltage, the shape, and the diameter of the toilet seats are very different from the US, so be careful of overheating. I think the Japanese toilet is one of their best inventions, and it really has changed my life. Recently, people told me my videos are too long, and at this point, I just checked, I'm only at 1/2 of my entire Japanese video. So I decided to break it into 2 videos and make this part 1, and I'm going to continue the part 2 of Japan next week. Oh, a lot of my followers said that they haven't seen my BBT for a long time, so today I'm sharing my BBT to you. Cheers! If you like this video, smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell button. Also check out my other videos too. Which of the above did you find the most interesting? Comments below, and I'll see you at the comment section. Alright, mata ne, bye bye! So many Kaiseki restaurants, Kaiseki meals? So many other Kaiseki meals, restaurant meals.